Hello YouTube, welcome to Super Lorcana World. It's your one-stop shop for everything Lorcana. I want to release a quick how good is it video on Beast. This card is a really special circumstance. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm going to be perfectly blunt and honest. I think this is the best card in the game. I stand by that. You have to build around it, for sure. But the potential of this card is limitless. And we don't even know all the cards yet in the second set. You never know what we could get to make this even more incredible. But based on the cards we have now, I think we can come up with some viable strategies that make this card cracked right open. What's your favorite strategy with this card? Let me know in the comments. And please like and subscribe to the video. I would really appreciate that. So, again, a refresher. What does Beast do? It's a 6 cost. It's inkable. That's really cool. 4/5, quest for 2. Second wind. Whenever an opposing character is damaged, you may ready this character. Okay. So I think the obvious strat here, right, is to pair this with steel cards, okay? Things like Fire the Cannon is a really cheap way to unsuspend your beast. But it can sing if it unsuspends, right? You can just keep getting value with things like Whole New World. You can deck an opponent out. Emerald and Steel have the ways to do this. Thanks to Whole New World, thanks to Fire the Cannons, and thanks to Do It Again. Do It Again can add back Whole New World to your hand. And then you can just do it over and over again until your opponent has no deck. Now, you got to wait until they, you have enough mana or ink to do it. But it is a combo. I tested it. It works. It's crazy. It's actually insane. See, something like the Beast forces you to out it immediately. You have to waste your removal on it or you will lose the game. You actually will just lose the whole game. So, the fact that Beast is that powerful means that if the Beast survives a turn, forget it. Forget it. It's all over. So, Whole New World in tandem with the damage cards. By the way, Singing Swords, grabs free. It's pretty good. Smash of Fire Cannons. Obviously, Fire Cannons is better. Especially because you can play the Captain Hook that adds it back to your hand. Really powerful stuff. On top of that, you don't even need Whole New World. You can just forego that strat and just double down on the damage cards based on what we have at the time set 2 comes out. And just go nuts with Beast. Quest a bunch. You can do that. Sapphire. This card exists. This is Eye of the Fates. You exert it, choosing character it's +1 lore this turn. Beast has 2 lore. That means this makes it 3 lore every time it unsuspends in quests. Now, Sapphire doesn't really have good ways to damage things. You'd have to play the green version of Fire the Cannons, or the emerald version of Fire the Cannons, which does exist, to maybe trigger it a little bit more. But if you can combo this off, it's pretty good. What Sapphire also gives you access to is Aurora. Aurora can give your Beast ward. That means that they can't target it with a Dragonfire or let it go or anything like that. They have to use widespread removal. So depending on the cards that Sapphire gets, potentially very scary combo because it'll be uninteractable. Depending on what we get, right? If Emerald gets another damage card or like a Sapphire gets something cool, then this strategy definitely has legs. But I do think it's funny that Ward just protects it from most things, and Eye of the Fates is just like, yeah, what about it? Here's my extra lore. Pretty crazy stuff here. Purple, or Amethyst as some would call it. Not a whole lot in the toolbox, to be honest, but you have things like Elsa that can suspend characters, which means Beast can just clean up the shop by attacking them, unsuspending, attacking. You know what I mean? That's really powerful. And Purple Amethyst is very good value stuff. You get the Pot of Greeds and the Evil Queens and the Magic Mirrors and all that stuff. So it might be a little more consistent to do it this way too. An Emerald Amethyst control deck is something that exists in set 1. Maybe with Beast, you can convert it in set 2. And we don't even know. Maybe we get another damaging card. Who knows? Who knows? Another suspending card or something. I think the strategy has legs. It just depends on what we get. Next. So Amber doesn't really have anything, but what it has is healing. So if you want to have Beast go on a rampage, you can heal up its damage, no problem. Things like Rapunzel get a lot better because you just play it, draw 3 cards, keep going with the Beast if you have a way to unsuspend it. It's very powerful. Healing is something that should not be discounted at any point. It's that good. And something I didn't mention while I was talking about Steel, because I accidentally picked only actions. But if we look at the Steel cards, Mouse Armor with Beast is potentially a really interesting combo, because if you need to go on the offensive with it, Well, it has resist. It's going to take one less damage every time you need to go on the offensive with it, which is something that should not be ignored. A random little combo there, something to think about. But yeah, going back to this, if we have ways to unsuspend the beast multiple times and attack things, the healing value of Amber could really, really set your sights. Finally is Ruby. Ruby, you know, not really. Ruby has the least to offer, in my opinion, than any of the other inks right now. Just based on what it has, it doesn't really have much. It can ready your character for you, but it can't quest rest in turn. You can use Cut to the Chase, or by extension, I guess, an Amethyst, the Pocket Watch to give it a rush, and then it can just start cleaning up shop right away with that. But besides that, there really isn't much in the way of Ruby that deals damage directly to characters. There's lore stealing, there's straight up removal and Dragonfire, but there's no put a damage on something. It doesn't exist yet. So if it doesn't exist by the end of the set, I think Ruby would be the least viable ink to use with this strategy. But something, whatever. Maybe something changes. Anyway, you need to find a way to counter Beast. This card will be everywhere in set 2, I'm convinced. Big spread, widespread removal will help you. Regular removal will help you. Things and stuff. Resist. Things like mouse armor. If you have a bunch of mouse armors, it's going to be hard for the opponent to damage your characters with Beast. And then it's going to be hard for them to unsuspend the Beast, obviously. Doesn't stop them from, other strategies maybe. But it is something to consider, that the mouse armor maybe makes a play. Play 4 copies of it. It nullifies Beast. If you play a couple copies of it with something like Cinderella, it's nullified. Plus your only body on board, not doing damage. That's another way to get rid of Beast, by the way. Just don't play anything. If you don't play any characters, you can't Beast all over their face. It's not something you can do. On top of that, things like John Silver give Beast Reckless, which means it can't quest, and it has to swing if able, and they can't win just with attacking alone, right? Without them being able to quest, it's definitely kind of an issue. So there are multiple ways for you to deal with Beast, but there's a lot of ways to abuse Beast. And we don't even know half the cards in the second set yet. Maybe we get more cards that make Beast really, 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 really obnoxious. And that's just me going through all the cards we have right now. What do you guys think about it? I think Beast is insane. I couldn't come up with anything absolutely cracked, broken, besides the cards that I came up with. There's little piddly-do stuff you can do, but big strategies, I think we covered them all in this video. But if I missed one, if you saw something else, freaking even Robin Hood exists. If you can just play Robin Hood spam with, again, it's in Steel. Steel is definitely the ink to pair the Beast for sure. Yeah, that's it for today's video though. I think the Beast is broken. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Bye.